Thanks for stopping by for yet another video. I am Nate Mcloving and I'm going to talk to you about reasons why you should own a credit card. Okay, so the reasons why you should own a credit card. You know, people may say credit card is bad, but then again, is how you use a credit card is the way it's going to serve you in a good way or a bad way. Some people use credit card because they got money, credit limit that they can just spend and they don't have to pay it back until a later date. But that's the issue. People spend money that is not theirs and end up in bad debt, can't pay it back. Always use a credit card for your needs and not your wants. The minute you start using it for what you want, you see a Gucci bag, you want to make a purchase on the Gucci bag. You see a Louis Vuitton belt, you want to make a purchase on a Louis Vuitton belt. But do you really have the money physically to make a purchase on a Louis Vuitton bag or a Gucci product? No. You're using somebody else's money. Not because you can pay the money back at a later date doesn't mean you should just be racking it up with unnecessary spending. So number one reason why you should own a credit card, you want to establish a relationship with your credit card provider, whether it be Wells Fargo, Chase, TD, or any other bank. You want to make sure you have a credit card with them so that you establish yourself with them. In the case that you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, you want to own a business and you need loans, they would more likely want to give you a loan because based on you having a credit card with them and you paying back your credit card every month on time, you're under the utilization, you're not spending over 30% of what your credit limit is, and you're not leaving any balances on your credit card. So it's always good to make sure you establish a relationship with your provider so that in the future when you want to buy a house, it's that easy.
Sir, yes, sir, yes, sir.
The next reason why you should own a credit card is that when you borrow money, you develop the habit of learning how to pay back the money you borrowed. Now, credit card providers, they are not going to run coming at your door to collect the debt that you owe them. But what they will do is that they will send over to the consumer credit reporting agencies. So that's like Equifax and TransUnion. I know you guys know about these stuff, especially the ones who have been using a credit card for a while. Now, this is how you become in bad debt or you can have a good credit score. Now, if you don't pay back your credit card bill every month on time when you're supposed to, or you pay the bare minimum, which a lot of credit card providers, they will tell you can pay the minimum, which is $25. But the trick is that if you pay only $25, the interest that is going to be added on the balance is going to be carried over to the next month, and then you're going to be using the credit card in the next month. And guess what? You're only paying the minimum, and then you're accumulating more interest. So what you end up doing is paying the interest and not the principal. So what you want to learn to do is that if you spend the money, make sure you have the money by the due date to pay it back. Got it? So if you follow what I'm saying right now, you will have a good experience in using a credit card. Guys, if you're enjoying this video, please give this video a thumbs up, share this video, and please leave a comment about your experience with a credit card, if it was a good one or a bad one. Let's get back into the video. So the next reason why you should own a credit card is for when you're traveling international. Now that I'm of age and I can make my own money and I can go places on my own, I've been to quite a few places where I've learned that not using your debit card is the right way to go about spending money international. Reason being is that when you're outside of the country spending money that you don't have readily, mean that you don't have the substantial cash to pay for expenses overseas. When you use your credit card, the bank is quicker to resolve the issue, being that it's not your money, it's their money. So they were quicker to resolve the issue for you. But if you use a debit card to make purchases overseas, they will want to take a longer time to resolve the issue, being that it's your money. So a rule of third or a pointer to people who haven't gotten a credit card as yet. If you're deciding to start traveling, get a credit card for that simple reason that it protects you as an individual, so that when you go overseas and some fraudulent activity happens on your account, you can easily call your provider and they will justify or resolve the issue as soon as possible, because it's their money. Let them be the ones to want to show more interest, because it's not yours. Okay? The next reason why you should own a credit card is for the simple reason that you get rewards. Rewards, free money. Rewards, free money. It doesn't get better than that. If it's free, it's for me. Now, listen. If you spend money, my bank gives me cash back. 1%, 5% on purchases. So if I go to Starbucks and make a purchase and buy a latte or a mocha or a cappuccino, on my credit card, Wells Fargo, what they do is give me cash back on my purchase. So I basically get back money for purchasing Starbucks. That's free money. That's money I didn't add to spend. That was just given to me. Yes, you technically spent the money, but think about it. You spend the money and they're giving you back like $2, $3 back on the purchase that you made. That's good. And what you do when you have a rewards account with your credit card provider, over time, the $2, $3, $5, $10, whatever the amount the rewards is on the cashback, it adds up. And then you could use that money to go on vacation, to pay down on a car. I mean, there's endless things, because at the end of the day, the rewards, that's free money and that's your money to spend whenever you choose to. With my bank, you have to reach over $25 in rewards for you to cash it out. So if you have less than $25, you can't cash out on your rewards. But right now, I'm over $25 on my cash rewards. So with that being said, I could cash out and use that money anytime I feel like. But I'd rather not. I'll let it accumulate for a long-term period, so that I could possibly use that money for vacation somewhere down the line, or the purchase of a home, which I will be purchasing sometime in the future. The next reason why credit card is so important and you should own one is that it's free interest money. Does that even make sense? No, interest-free money. Interest-free money, right? That does make sense. Yes, it does make sense. So basically what interest-free money is basically you get this money. You're borrowing the money from the bank. It's basically like a loan. Technically a loan, but in the form of you having it on a credit card. You can make purchases and pay back the money by the end of the month. Now, it is interest-free money, but if you pass the due date of your payment, then interest applies on your credit card, right? But if you pay the money on time, that's interest-free money. That's money you don't have to pay additional to. All right, you just pay the exact amount you borrowed. And that is where a credit card is so important, because sometimes you may not have the $1,000 to make a purchase on something, but your credit limit is $2,500. You spend $1,000 on your credit card, and then at a later date, you make the payment when you do have the $1,000. But please make sure you pay back the $1,000 or whatever amount of money you borrow on time, so that it doesn't accumulate interest. But if you pay it on time, it doesn't. If this video was informative to you and educated you in some shape, way, or form, please make sure to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and leave a comment about your experience with a credit card and how it affected you personally in a good way or a bad way. I'll see you on the next video. Peace.